readers of the Medway News and their rather vocal sports editor have been rather exasperated by the traffic management and roadworks that have stretched journey times across the Medway towns. What can be done to alleviate delays throughout Medway? Councillor Godwin.
Well, in summary, better planning. We have been very critical of the way that the roadworks across the Medway towns have not been coordinated in a way that allows a freer flow of traffic. Now, some of these roadworks are caused by relationships to regeneration projects. Some are caused by the utility companies digging up roads, and we always hear the stories about we just resurfaced the road and then the gas or electricity comes along and then digs it up again. I think what we need to do is, first of all, the local authority needs new powers to control utilities in terms of being able to control the programme of these roadworks. I travel regularly, obviously, from Walderslade into Chatham to Gunwolf, so I've been subject to these delays on many, many occasions, and they have caused enormous frustration. And one of our banners in the local elections has been Get Medway Moving, because the economic impact of these delays on people is quite staggering. When we talked earlier about the need to bring people to work and create jobs in Medway, one of the things they will look at is the ability to get around the area, and this has been a real problem, and I don't see any significant signs of improvement yet, although some of the particular works have now been completed.
Okay, Councillor Juby.
I think this is a very serious problem, but as much as I'd like to always blame the council, sometimes it's the utilities. The example that I've had in my own ward is Rock Avenue. When I was first told that the roadworks were going to be there from September last year till June this year, I thought the person had sent me a joke on the email, but it turned out it was true. Basically, when I got hold of British Gas, it's because they've got problems about their rights of access to different properties for all the pipes they're relaying. So some of the roadworks are actually to help regenerate and renew our old and failing water, gas and electric services. But they do need to be coordinated a lot better, because they are frightening businesses off, and anybody who's gone around Chatham or even some parts of Strood will realise that they are having an effect on businesses, and we need to be able to coordinate. But I do think it might need some changes in primary legislation. We don't help matters on our regeneration projects when we don't always coordinate. But sometimes trying to work with our partners, like with the NHS, like some of the problems we've got around the hospital, again, they don't always want to cooperate with us, so it's a two-way street.
Councillor Chambers.
Well, it would be obvious to the people of Medway there's been significant highway works undertaken, highway infrastructure undertaken, and going back to what Councillor Godwin said about money that came from central government, which is no longer going to be available, but that money came to Medway for the highway infrastructure changes, and that money was time limited. It had to be spent in a specific time, and it was inevitable that you were going to get highway works under the regeneration banner taking place in different parts of Medway, which was going to inevitably impede the traffic flow. But I'm pleased to say that a number of those areas, now the work is coming to an end. There have been significant problems in Chatham, because you always have the conflict in Chatham with those who are wishing to go round Chatham and not wishing to go to Chatham, and then those who wish to get into Chatham to use the retail benefits. And you always have that conflict. I've always said that there would be disruption, but I'm pleased to say that it is coming to an end. I do agree with Councillor Godwin about utilities. The worst thing that we could have had in Chatham was that the Transco decided that it was going to lay a new gas main at the same time that we were actually doing the highway works. Councillor Godwin is quite right, they don't have to give notice, or they give a small amount of notice. They come in and do it, and we do need national legislation to say that they must coordinate their activities with the highway authority, and I think that has been one of the major problems in Chatham, because there wasn't that coordination there, because there's no power that the local authority has to insist upon it. But I'm pleased to say that the highway works are coming to a completion. That does benefit Medway from our regeneration point of view, because it was important that we got that infrastructure right in order to go out and sell ourselves to get more investment coming into Medway.